told you sometimes lose, sometimes great, times blue. Even though time's gone by, I still see your light illuminate the sky. Yeah, you still shine so bright. So shine your light.
Nah, you know what, Uncle Phil? I'm gonna get through college without him. I'm gonna get a great job without him. I'm gonna marry me a beautiful honey, and I'm having a whole bunch of kids. I'm gonna be a better father than he ever was. And I sure as hell don't need him for that, because ain't a damn thing he can ever teach me about how to love my kids. How come you don't want me, man?
Thinking about
special evening at John Legend Christmas. Celebrate the holidays with John Legend live in concert. Yamava Theater, December 2nd. Get tickets now at yamava.com or at the casino box office. Don't miss this rare and special intimate performance with John Legend. For more, visit johnlegend.com.
Westcom Credit Union thinks you deserve more from your bank. That's why Westcom's opening more branches, just as the big banks are closing more of theirs. And you can still turn to Westcom for the personal and home equity loans many banks no longer offer. So bank where it's all you, all the time. Learn even more at westcom.org. Insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Opportunity Lender. Membership eligibility required. All loans and accounts subject to approval. Terms and conditions apply.
Seems like there's more identity theft in the news every day.
Another major healthcare breach was reported today, resulting in the exposure. Now, 1 in 4 consumers have been a victim of identity.
That's because there are endless places that could accidentally expose you to identity theft, in a breach, or simply by mistake. LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points a second. If your identity is stolen, we'll fix it, guaranteed or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year at LifeLock.com/Spotify. Terms apply.
Yo, 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 what's up? Back again with a new microphone cable. Hey, test number 2, it is. Looks like we've got Bay69 LYTTV is followed. That's definitely a bot. And we've got one viewer, Poke Mesh. I know who you are. And now I know your weird secret name. Do I need to scour the internet for that weird alias of yours? We'll see. Let's turn down this music a little bit more. I need like a full monitor on output. Maybe I should see if I can get a full output monitor through these headphones. We'll see. Whatever. All right. Let's check out what else is going on. Pause. Smooth Jazz 98.7. Come on, pause. There we go. Let's bring up the old Screen and Me profile and some, what do you call this? Screenception. Little screenception for you. There you go. Now, getting back to the videos. What do we got? What is on display? Ooh, look at that. The Good Truth is live right now. I can see myself in real time. Whoa, in real time. Pig. There we go. Look at me. Real time right there. That was the screenception moment we just had not too long ago. Yeah. Wow, that's trippy. All right, so look at that. Can you tell I'm a Destiny fan? He just came onto my radar a few months ago. I never really cared too much about him before. I just, wasn't bothered. And then I really started getting into his stuff, and man, he's a really intelligent dude, a great debater, and a good speaker. What else do we have? 1 hour ago, visibly unwell, Trump crashes hard in final days. What is that about?
This one here. I'm studying my hair. It looks not so good today. Our manufacturing sector is now in very severe recession. Kamala Harris is a train wreck. I mean, this is a train wreck. Get your fat husband off the couch. Get that fat pig off
second
the
viewer,
couch. I started looking at me, and I'm looking. I do not like to wear. I don't like my hair tonight. Since
you're online right now,
Katrina,
to
California Attorney General. I used to lift weights for about a week.
This is my second test.
I realize I don't
Second
like it.
test.
I'm looking at my hair up there. Let's say,
Oh, you know what I need? I need a.
I don't like it. The
I
real
need to
character.
create
character of
second
Kamala.
screen
Excuse me, I'm going to recomb my hair. Do you mind?
So-
I'll leave the stage for 5 minutes. I'm going to recomb my hair, Mr. Future Senator. But we're close to World War II. Slap him around. Get him up. Are you better off now than you were 4 years ago? I think so.
Over the last few weeks, nobody on the planet has done a better job at showing how wholly unqualified Donald Trump is for office than Donald Trump. What's up, guys? I'm Boston Brian here from the Midas Touch Network, and the last few months, the last few weeks, and the last few days have been some of the most ridiculous, some of the most egregious, and some of the most dangerous in terms of rhetoric that this campaign, that any campaign in this country has ever seen. It really is amazing to me how blatantly disrespectful Donald Trump is to his own supporters and manages to get away with it time and time again. I mean, we all know the backlash that his campaign had been receiving since his disastrous rally at Madison Square Garden. Well, here he is just blatantly telling his supporters the only reason he booked this rally in Albuquerque, New Mexico is to boost favor with the Hispanic and Latino communities and to basically get some good press. Yeah, check this out.
So I'm here for one simple reason. I like you very much, and it's good for my credentials with the Hispanic or Latino community.
And just in case we still have actual human beings out there wondering about Donald Trump's cognitive abilities still, here he is talking about how nobody called the 13 soldiers that died during the Afghanistan withdrawal after the soldiers had already died. I'm telling you, listen to it with your own ears and tell me if you get anything different from it.
Yeah, 13 soldiers that were killed so horribly in Afghanistan. Nobody called them. Nobody calls them.
Where should that go up here, I wonder?
But certain people they call, but they don't call them. They weren't called. They weren't treated properly. They were treated very badly, actually.
And now, just to further reinforce the fact that Donald Trump is absolutely losing his goddamn mind, here he is using Herschel Walker's main theory that China gets our good air while we get China's bad air, and the trash that China throws in the sea floats by L.A. 3 or 4 days later. I don't know. Tell me what you make of this, and tell me why you think he's talking about this a few days before the most important election this country has ever seen, and one that could land him in prison if he doesn't win.
All that air, by the way, comes over our country in 3.5 days. So we're out there, nice clean air, but the air from China blows over our country.
We're gonna get
every 3.5 to 4 days.
Secondary monitor, get
and when they dump their garbage into the ocean,
I've done this.
It floats on by in the Pacific. It floats on by Los Angeles. It's a lovely sight to see.
I mean, what are you talking about, buddy? I mean, we already went through this with Herschel Walker. Remember when everybody made fun of him for saying the same thing? Here, check out this clip from Herschel Walker.
Billions of dollars cleaning our good air up. So all of a sudden, China and India ain't putting nothing in there cleaning that situation up. So all their bad air is still there. But since we don't control the air, our good air decided to float over to China, bad air. So when China gets our good air, their bad air gotta move. So it moves over to our good air space. And now we gotta clean that back up.
Just unbelievable that Donald Trump would repeat something like that after Herschel Walker was ripped apart for saying the exact same thing. We also know from Donald Trump's latest appearances that the story of General Kelly talking about how Donald Trump wanted loyalty from his generals, kind of like Hitler's generals, is really sticking.
Yeah, I kind of like this setup. I like the look. I like the desk. I like that it's a mess. You know, I don't like those. Looks like I have armpit stains, doesn't it? Oh, that's just because I work hard, and that is legit a stain. I'm not sweating. I'm not sweating right now. It's all right. It's just an old shirt. That's all it is. Yeah, I like this. I like this setup. I like the way the screen looks. This is my workshop. There's a lot of color to it, you know. We got this thing back here. We got a screen. Psh, come on. Red wall. There it is. You got the lamp. The keyboard right here. The computer. It's a good setup. I like the setup. I'm not going to lie. It's not too shabby. Do I need to turn this up a little bit? Can I turn that up a little bit? I don't know. Maybe there's something I can do here. Do we need to screen in me so we can visualize what's going on in the process? Properties. All right. Mic audio. Yeah, I think the entire volume is going to depend on my gain, basically. So I could gain it up. Oh, baby. That's too high. That's too high. Right there. Right there. But it depends on where I want to be. If I'm like way back here. Okay. Hey. Hey there. I probably could. I remember previously when I used this. I remember there was like filters you could put on to the sound, like a what do you call that? It's like a cutoff. What do you mean? I'm too tired. My brain's not working. I do need to set one of those. What is it? What is it called? What is it called? It's like an auto cutoff. It doesn't let the sound pass a certain mark, so you can kind of turn up the gain a lot, and then it snaps it off before clipping. I can't remember what it's called. Anyway, I think I need to see if I can find. There's a Behringer. Figure out how I was able to do that historically and set that, whatever the hell that thing was called. Audio. I mean, things have probably changed as well since last time I used this bad boy. It's been some years. Recording audio, track 1, track 2, track 3. No, we'll keep it simple for now, I guess. The test is going swimmingly, my friends. All right. Yeah, I definitely need to put that pass filter on, or whatever the hell it's called. I don't know. All right. Let's see if we can do some real Inception here. Inception. Get that over there. And what are we doing? Get that there. Pull that up. Take the sound off. There we go. How laggy is this? I wonder how behind it is. Okay, it's like a good 15 seconds of lag. Whoa! Alright, I just waved my hand. Wow, it's like 20 seconds already. "22 seconds. I mean, that was just a minor guess. Look at this Inception we got going. That is wild, dude. Is it going to keep opening new windows forever? Wow, that's a trip. I love that. Streamception. All right, let's get out of here. Word to your mother. Trump doctors makes final diagnosis of Trump before election. Not sure I care about that. Hello, second viewer. Welcome. We're just doing a little streamception. I don't know if it's you, Chiquita. If it is, say hello. Okay. What's this? Is that Pete Buttigieg on Jubilee? What? Dude, Pete Buttigieg is a genius.
Rapids, Michigan.
Vicksburg, Michigan.
And I'm an undecided voter.
I am an undecided voter.
I'm an undecided voter.
What I
Anybody
want
can turn a
voters
voter,
like you to
it's
hear
Pete
is
Buttigieg.
anything but a vote for her works out to being a vote for him right now.
Yeah.
Because this is a swing state. It could come down to like a couple votes per precinct, and one of those might be you.
Everyone take a moment, cast your vote.
I wasn't going to vote at all, actually, but after hearing him, I'm pretty confident in my decision now.
Before, I was undecided. At the conclusion of this event, I did mark down.
I'm Pete Buttigieg. I'm a father of two, a veteran of the Afghanistan war. I served as mayor of my hometown in Indiana, and now I live in Michigan. And today, I'm surrounded by 25 undecided voters.
Thing is that Jubilee has recently been doing really, really contentious kind of style interviews. There's that Twitch guy, Dean, who does political stuff. They set him against, there's one liberal against 25 Trump supporters or whatever it is. And recently there's the Destiny one. It's Destiny versus 25 Trump supporters. So it's like they're all going up there to debate the shit out of him and to destroy him, essentially, which is a little more contentious of an atmosphere than what it seems like they have here. Here we have Pete Buttigieg, who's one of the best speakers in Congress. No, he's the Biden's Secretary of Transportation, I believe. And he was previously in Congress, I believe. I can't remember. Just the most well-spoken dude in politics and as smart as they get. There's not too many people as intelligent as he is. And everybody that tries to come up against him, they generally get destroyed, but just in a very polite, professional, and intelligent manner. So this particular Jubilee here with Pete Buttigieg, it's 25 undecided voters, and Pete Buttigieg is one of the most convincing dudes on the planet. This isn't going to be a very contentious argument, to put it mildly. It's going to be a bunch of people interested to hear him speak and what he has to say. So I don't know if that makes for necessarily a good video, but let's check it out. At least let's check out a little bit of it on this here, our Streamception second test. Ladies and gentle nerds.
My first claim is Donald Trump is only running for president for himself. Kamala Harris is running for president to make your life better. Morning.
Hello, good morning.
Nice meeting you.
Hi. So I agree with you. I think that Trump is very selfish. I don't think he's doing it for the people. He wants to do it for his own personal needs, or not really sure why, but I do agree Kamala is a prosecutor, so she tries to do it by the book, and she wants to bring justice, she wants to bring equality, and she wants to do it for others. It's not really about her. So I think that
they're in agreement
with
completely.
Kamala.
This is not a debate.
She's really good, but there's things that have happened in the U.S. that it's like bringing really big conversations due to the fact of some people not agreeing with things that she's allowed. I feel like there's a different way on how we can do things. Just because the U.S. is in debt, 35.7 trillion, I just feel like the way that we make decisions when it comes to money and economy, every American in the U.S. should agree with. Sometimes decisions are made and money is being spread out in different countries or in different ways. And
argument this is
the people from the U.S., we're still in debt. We're still struggling. We're still paying those taxes. So I just feel like we should meet each other in the middle somewhere, because our opinion really matters. With Trump, though, he never cared. So.
Yeah. So I feel like kind of what I'm hearing you say is you agree that Trump is in it for himself and that she's in it to make things better.
Yep.
But that still might not decide how an election ought to go because of frustration about how things are right now.
Exactly.
Is that fair? I think part of what I would say, I don't disagree that we got a lot of problems right now.
Yep.
Right? I think part of what I would say is that every election then is about what happens next,
Yes.
right? And it's not that anybody's got an easy fix for some of the problems you just named. They're huge problems. That's why they're still there. Otherwise, somebody would have fixed them.
Yep.
But the case I want to make is that she's going to be better able to address them, even if there's no like magic wand on some of this stuff, because she cares more, and because she has more specific ideas that I think are going to help. You take the debt. Let's be honest. The debt has grown under Democratic presidents and under Republican presidents, right? But I would also say the biggest reason the debt grew under Donald Trump was that he was using the debt to pay for tax cuts for the rich. And that's different from something that's the equivalent of taking out a loan for a business or
laws that Donald Trump signed will add $8.4 trillion to the debt over a 10-year period, $2.6 trillion due to COVID relief, $2.5 trillion from tax cuts. When was this? Is this old? This is 6 hours ago this was posted.
It's different from something that's the equivalent of taking out a loan for a business or a mortgage, which is what I feel was done on something like infrastructure investment, right? So I think the most important thing now is, okay, yeah, nobody's saying everything's perfect, far from it, but then what? Like, what happens next, right? And that's where I feel like the choice is so clear right now.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yes, I agree. If someone else wants an opinion, I can give them
Okay, this ain't a debate. Look, she just quit. She didn't even get voted out by the other people.
I'm
It's supposed
Sailor.
to happen.
Nice to meet you.
She sucks. And she sucks.
So you said that you said the claim that Kamala's running because she wants to make things better, and Donald Trump says that he's just running because he is running for himself. I think anybody that's in politics is doing it for themselves, if we're being honest. Anybody that's in government, anybody who's doing this, they have a background where they're passionate about something. But if we're being real, if you're running for president and you've been in politics this long, it is really truly about yourself. The issue
can I challenge that, though?
yeah,
I
sure.
mean, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
And I don't think anybody who's running for president is without ambition.
Yeah, of course.
But I don't think that means that your core motivation is that it's about you. I think that people, like you said, get into politics or public service out of idealistic reasons, you hope, at least some of the time. But I think there's two very different paths in the two different candidates, right? So you look at him, this is obviously not somebody who, felt motivated to join the school board in his local community, wound up running for mayor, and then ran for president. This is somebody who ran for president, in my view, basically as a branding exercise and then won. With her, like, she did come up as a line prosecutor, right? And served as a prosecutor, served as AG, served as a senator, served as VP.
What a great
I get what you're
time
saying. Like, anybody in politics,
to post this video. Like, what are we? Voting day is tomorrow, Monday. This was posted 6 hours ago, the day before voting, and it's a video about people that are undecided to vote and whether or not Pete Buttigieg can convince them to vote for Kamala. That's kind of brilliant. What that does tell me is that potentially the people that run Jubilee might be leaning left a bit and betting on Kamala for the reason that this could have easily been a Kamala hit piece video, but this is like a Buttigieg, one of the best speakers that we have in politics, convincing undecided voters to vote for Kamala, and it's a very non-contentious video. So, I think maybe Jubilee might be up to a little Kamala supporting on the inside. Interesting.
There's ego there, right?
Yeah.
I'm not denying that.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is I really feel that the things she's putting forward are more about solving our problems than the things he's putting forward.
Yeah, so I will say I'm not someone who would vote for Trump. I'm actually third party.
I see.
So Jill Stein, for example, I'm a hardcore environmentalist, conservationist.
Shoes off.
I'm an amateur entomologist, love bugs, but very big into the environment. I was a part of the Climate Corps in Michigan, so I know a lot about the environment. And I understand that Kamala has a lot of initiatives that she's put forth. I mean, during the Biden-Harris administration, you had the passing of the American Climate Corps, which is fantastic because I was a part of that.
Oh, it's great.
However,
you served in that?
Yes, I did.
Very cool.
So, but the problem that I see is I feel like I'm very against the two-party system. And it's because I used to be a part of it. I was a hardcore Democrat for a very long time. I worked on Alyssa Slotkin's campaign.
She looks like a
I did a bunch
Democrat.
of work. So I have lost a lot of faith in our two-party system, and I want to see something different. Because when we have something where it's insanity, you have the same thing over and over and over again.
But here's what I want to try to convince you of,
Sure.
right? Yes, neither party is perfect. You've probably been let down by your party from time to time.
Yes.
All of us have. However, one of two things is about to happen, right? Jill Stein is not going to become president of the United States. Donald Trump is, or Kamala Harris is, right? And all of the things from an environmental perspective that were just achieved, these are not like little differences between center left and center right, right? You got one set that's saying climate change is a hoax, it's not even a thing.
Yeah, I'm
And the
not.
other
I'm
side
not
that-
in support of Trump at all.
Right,
This
right.
is completely
What I'm
against
saying is
Kamala.
if he gets
and
back
Jill.
in, then the Inflation Reduction Act will be demolished.
That is right.
So every piece of progress, and if you're saying it's not enough, there's more to do, I'm not totally disagreeing.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is we've come this far. Like we have right here in Michigan, right? We have factories rising out of the ground making EV batteries that are going to power a different kind of future.
But what it's
Or it
always
could be
talking about
reversed.
EVs and solar panels. What are we doing to protect our lakes in Michigan? We have 22% of the world's fresh
Yeah.
water. We have Pipeline 5 going through the Straits of the Mackinac Island under Mackinac Bridge, underneath the bridge.
Okay, but
in
on
the
that,
water.
right? Again, like she's going to enforce the Clean Water Act. He's going to tear it up. Look at what he did to the EPA the first time, and that's when there
But
was
this
still
is the
some.
thing. You
some
keep
guardrails.
mentioning stuff about Trump, but I'm trying to tell you, I'm in between Jill and Kamala. And this is the thing. Jill is fantastic. She's an activist. She has been doing this for years. And I understand Kamala has all.
All right, you know what? This girl's putting up a good challenge. I have to give her credit for that. Dude, am I going to have to switch like this every time I press pause? I wonder. I don't know. It seems like should be doing a switch like that every time. I don't know, whatever. Tests. But that looks ugly. So I really need a second monitor to be able to handle the controls. Maybe I could set that up tomorrow. I don't know. Anyway, this girl is actually giving some good pushback to Pete. She seems to care about what she wants to care about. She's not an environment. She's a leftist, obviously, not a Trumper. So he's not getting that much pushback. But she seems like she's trying to drill into him about what he, as a transportation specialist in the government, could be doing for her personal community. I don't really get the point of her being here, though. Whatever. Okay.
Also gone against BP when it comes to, anything like that. But I just have a feeling that I would rather change up. I want to change up the situation that we have in America. If you look at Norman Rockwell's painting, it's called The Great Debate. That was 40 plus years ago. It's the same thing that's happening now. 40 years ago, same thing, and we're doing the same thing now. Why do we want to continue the system and not try to change it up for third party?
But do you really feel like nothing's gotten better in 40 years? I get that everything we want to have happen hasn't happened.
Yeah, but
surely things have gotten better.
I don't want history to repeat itself.
For sure.
Thank you.
What is that? She just yelled at him and then got up. She didn't have any actual conversation with him. And then what is this? 3, 2, 1. Was that the end of the time? No. No, that wasn't even the end of the time. She just
Repeat itself.
She just
For
quit.
sure.
Thank you.
And he was like surprised. He was like surprised that she was leaving. She didn't want to have a conversation. She just wanted to vet her problems to the transportation guy, and then bye. Okay, bye. The fuck.
Sorry. How you doing? Same here.
And Pete is so damn nice. He's just such a good person. I feel like on a video like this, if I was shooting something live, I would have been like, what are you leaving now? Like, I thought we were going to have a conversation. What's going on? But Pete would never do that. He kind of made that funny look and moved on, and very friendly to everybody that comes along.
Good. So I want to play devil's advocate a little bit, just to poke or chicky-chat your brain a little bit. When you are looking at things such as, I believe, multiple assassination attempts on Donald Trump, looking at things where he's walked into a position where he has experienced
that was a good
really
test.
awful media conversation.
Thank you to all the one viewer that was here, and it's probably my phone. Streamception. Cool. I think I've got everything working. If I decided that I wanted to do some election streaming over the next couple of days, which I'm probably going to do, it looks like it works. So, welcome to the good truth, I guess. Dude, look at that picture back there. Man, that's a beauty. I like that one. All right, no messages, nobody to talk to. Go ahead if you ever watch this video. If you want me to continue doing any kind of streaming here on The Good Truth or any other various channels that I may or may not have, don't forget to send a lovely little... Wow, how am I going to do that? There it is. There it is. Can we touch it? Can we touch it? Boop, boop, boop. Oops, so, boop. Is this a nice little boop, 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 boop. Yeah, Denwood Cash. That's my Cash App. For anybody out there who just wants to give away their money. Oh, yeah. Sooner or later, we'll have to talk about my crypto. But anyway, looks like we are out of here. It was a good test. It was a good testing day. Now we're running on both YouTube and Twitch. So, good things are happening. Tomorrow, we're going to hit up a little bit of election coverage, I think, as we all are in massive fear of what is going on with this country, and we want it to be over, I think. And then probably Election Day, we're going to spend a good part of the entire day glued to this setup and just figuring out what's going on. All right, guys. Good test. Good test. I'm going to check out these videos when I go lay down in my bed, and that's about it. I think I like it. I like the setup. This is my workshop, and now it's my studio. I did it. All right. Let's get out of here. What are we going to do? We're going to play us out? To play us out?
About him putting him in horrible light.
Dude, to play us out, fucking thing sucks. Excuse my language. Should be doing like a fade. Like start the music low and then fade it in, baby. Fade it in, fade it in, fade it in. Oh yeah, there we go. Now we should be at about an equal sound. And whoa, hey, I'm Denwood. Welcome to the show, and also good night. I'll see you later. That didn't work. I'll see you later.